Good day, everybody. Welcome to another video. We're here on the Zombie Apocalypse map now. In the past couple of days, I have kind of been like going in here, and I've been kind of getting some of the stuff kind of cleaned up and done. So as you can see, I was doing some kind of like base cleaning, and getting like everything kind of set up so that way it would be a little bit easier. So I think today is kind of like still expanding our base. Now I did do a little bit of work, as you can see. So I'm going to take some of the stuff in that won't really necessary, but we got these windows and everything else, and that's why I have to kind of like expand this ceiling. Now I did this in quite a hurry because like they were coming after me, and I couldn't um like just leave it open and stuff like that. So I do want to make sure that we kind of get like a lot of the stuff kind of like tidied over, um, make it so that way we can have it. Now I really do want to grow some trees. Now I did I had thought I had recorded, unfortunately. I did get some tree saplings. It was during one of my build, like going out and trying to get some wood and stuff like that. So I think what we're gonna do is use some of the stuff, and we're going to go and we're going to um, make ourselves kind of like a renewable source. Now, I thought about growing, like making an expanded area where we could grow a whole bunch of trees. I'll probably not get that done in this video, as more of like kind of getting some of the cleanup done. It will take quite a time because due to the fact I would have to dig out. And so I really want to have it where we're able to get like infinite sources of wood, stuff like that. So I'm thinking is our one of our goals today would be is to kind of get ourselves dug down to the level of the water, I think, and then kind of like using that as our way of expanding it. Now we're also going to need a renewable source for things like crops and stuff like that. Now that might be on a different time and stuff like that. Um, like I said, I've been doing like kind of doing this map just kind of in a survival sense, so it's been taking me a while. Now I shouldn't be doing this like getting this roof kind of removed, as in the fact like you could hear um the zombies in that kind of like spawning stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to hurry this up. Then we're gonna finish up, and we're also going to. What am I gonna do? Let's just finish this roof. I think was one of the best things we could do. Oh, darn it! I put that on there. And I think what we'll probably also end up doing as well is maybe making a tower to kind of get rid of some of the zombies as well. We cannot allow them to keep spawning, as in like it will get really really bad for us, and then we're gonna have so many issues. I like this, like how it feels open and everything. I thought about like maybe leaving it open or so, because you can see out, whatever, whatnot. And also too gives us a lot more room to do a lot more things. Now, I also would like to possibly get some more iron, and that is going to be a bit of a problem because we can't afford to have problems with zombies and whatever for everything else. Now, I'm thinking what we will probably do is get started and figure out where we're going to put the stairs. Just trying to finish this off. Sorry, just 1 second. And maybe seal off some of this stuff. I think we'd better to seal some of these off. Because I also noticed there's a couple different areas, and some of the zombies are able to jump over higher distances. And I didn't notice that until like a few. It was thought I was like recording, and then ended up recording where they were actually attacking me, and it was kind of a bit of a thing because due to the fact that it let us kind of like a bit of a harder situation. Now I'm just trying to get this because I wanted to cover the one hole, but then I thought like we need to also have it where we could kind of get down there and kind of like take care of things as they get really, really bad and stuff like that. You can see they're just kind of like sitting there doing their thing. So the mobs are still pretty like infinite kind of thing. So I'm gonna see what we could do. Now I think we're gonna go down this way. Maybe build down like here somewhere. I think that'd be a good idea. And then I think we're also going to get glass for this window kind of thing. I do like the fact that it's got some sun. And also, too, I don't think the zombies can break it, but then again, I could be mistaken on that one as well. So, I think we'll do like this for now. Looks good. And on the side, same thing. There we go. Perfect. Looks really good. I think another thing I'm going to do is we're going to work. Okay, where's this? Where are they? Oh, I gotta move some of these bricks because I know that they're going to get spawned like right here, and then it's going to be like no biggish. And then it's going to make me they can just walk right on in. So I'm thinking I get rid of this one. And yeah. Should be like that's easier for them to kind of spawn it. And we already got like skeletons, so great. Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna get this. This is the what I was talking that I got earlier. Unfortunately, like I said, I didn't get the recording on it. I think we're just gonna do trapdoors, I think, at this point. Because due to the fact that they're still like allow like an amount of light to come through until we can secure ourselves. Some other way we can do it. Now we're gonna get a couple of these. And I put one here. Such better fingers. Yeah. And then we're gonna put here, 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 and here. Now I'm out. Okay. And I also think I'm gonna put one over like the staircase area because I don't know if anything will kind of like spawn in that one part of the cave that we were kind of like, you know, looking for some supplies and stuff like that. So what we're gonna do is probably make about 4 more, say 4 more, I think about should do it. Yeah, 1, 2, oh yeah. Now it's intro. There we go. And then we should still know. Yeah, there we go. So it's a little more safe. So now we can still look out, but they can't get in type thing. So I think that would be kind of more smoother. Easier for us to kind of be safe. Now I can't get some sleep because they've been doing really tough. So now I think what I'll do is I'll just stick with some basic digging here. And where is my... This, I think. Alright, there we go. I think what we're going to do is leave this like this for now. We're probably going to process over spread. So let's dig where we think we're going to put our kind of like where we're going to put some of our trees, because we will need to have an infinite kind of source of wood, because if this is like a survival type of situation, you want to be sure that you're able to trap mobs and then be able to have like an infinite source. Now, as I showed in my last video, some of them will drop random items. So some will drop food, some will drop ores, and some will even drop I do believe it's cool. I don't know, because I found some coal in my inventory at one point. So I think that's what is been going on. Um, so even though like it gets really bad and everything else, um, you can kill them and still get some items at some point, kind of keeping everything kind of even. But when it comes to wood, because you're going to need a lot of weapons and stuff like that, it's not really good because you have to go to the surface and kind of like deal with it and stuff like that, and then it becomes a bit of an issue. I think later in the series, I thought about like, because I'm gonna have a lot of problems like sleeping on land because of everything. I keep hearing a lot of skeletons and stuff. So I thought like with time, I thought about building out over the water and then having my base built over, like, not our base, but like where I could sleep over water, because the chances of these zombies kind of doing, like, being able to spawn on the water is going to be a lot harder, and it would allow us more of a chance to sleep through the night, stuff like that, so we'll have less problems with things like zombies and whatever whatnot. But that would probably be much later in the series. We do got some base protection and stuff like that, and that. So I got my sort of, well, I guess I would say my stairs going down, set up kind of thing. Now I feel one thing we should be doing is finding where the nearest, like how low we're gonna need to go for the source of water. Because that will make a big difference as well. And I'll probably be spending the next couple in-game days kind of setting up a lot of things and trying to clear a lot of the sections, trying to get like some of the stuff kind of cleaned up and done and stuff like that. Okay. Nothing over here. This is why you have to be really like careful with this one, because like they are going to be everywhere. Now I can't do anything about the sleep part, and that's why it's easier just to kind of like get rid of them this way, kind of like build out a little, and kind of getting kind of some of the defense done. Now, yeah, okay, I think what we're going to do, and maybe, okay, we'll see what we take care of first. Get a lot of them kind of like taken care of kind of now, but I've actually just ran out, so we're just gonna come down and try to clean up some of the other ones. When I went out to surface the first time around, it got so bad to the point where like you couldn't walk with at least not 6 of them kind of chasing after you. Like I said, I had died probably about 4 to 5 times. That's how bad it is. But as long as you reset your respawn point, you should be okay. And I really, really want to get some of the stuff kind of done and everything else. So, sorry, just trying to dig out this stuff here. Okay, I think we found the water. Okay, alright, put it back over top. Alrighty. So, like, alright, just at the water level. So that's perfect. Like, so now we can actually have, the right level for growing the trees. So, I do believe it's 8 high. 8 high is usually 8 for most trees. Because I know I got birch and oak. I think it's between 8 and 12, if I remember. But dark oak requires 14. I do believe 14, 16, depending on the size of tree. So I won't spend too many boring moments like kind of showing that and stuff like that. How big do we want to make this? I really want to make it to a decent size due to the fact that it will help with like figuring out a lot of stuff. Now, over here. Now there's different types of like water sources, because when I went to the mines earlier trying to look for iron and stuff like that, I was only able to find maybe 2 full sources before it was actually all full water. I do want to make it better by having at least minimum of about 2 stacks of iron for basically tools, basically for armor, stuff like that. Now, it would be better to have diamond or nether, because at least, you can't even say that the nether would be safer than in the overworld, because due to the fact that you would have to deal with ghast, and you would have to deal with the piglins, and then you would have to deal with all that stuff. And then on top of that, we would need our diamond pickaxe to get kind of like anything from anywhere. So that doesn't help anything. So I think besides today, I think what we're going to need to work on is getting glass for other things. So we will probably have to make a trip out and kind of getting a lot of that done. So yeah, let's looking at this. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to measure how big of a room I think we would get. So I think, well, as far as we could make it so that we have a decent amount of space. This probably will be only the space for wood. I think what we're going to do is split up a couple different things. One will be strictly for crops and stuff like that, but I will have to make it where we're going to have to build a different kind of maybe section for that, because then it'll be renewable, and then you kind of have that kind of infinite kind of source of food stuff, and then maybe eventually a tower for getting rid of the zombies. But we were going to have to make some type of mob spawner for things like skeletons and things for spiders and stuff like that, so that way we can have an infinite source for them to come in and kind of getting done. Now yeah, okay, there we go. Can I make this? I'm just saying. It goes straight or not? Because we're at the right level. Oh. Okay, I may have made this a little bit too low. I think we're gonna have to go maybe one higher. That's what I mean by knowing your Y source for most of the water. It's just there's also little bits that I guess there's a water inside the mountain somewhere at one point, so you kind of get little bits. You can just see kind of different levels and stuff. So this is so dark. I'm more worried about stuff spawning than I am about digging this out. So I don't want to make this, like I say, a big video, with me digging. So what I'm thinking I will do for today is get the base started-ish. And then by next video, hopefully I've had it mostly dug out. Like I might end up having to make a couple chests of stuff, just because the fact that we're going to need all the space that we're going to be able to have to kind of like live it out. And like I said, being like a high, this is going to take me probably a whole day or so to kind of get finished up. But yeah, so I kind of got the idea of how far down. We got our stuff up here. And, you know, it's midday kind of type thing, so it's kind of pretty. Okay, why did I get in here? Oh, come on. Nope. I know you can, but it's just really okay. I gotta do it this way. There we go. And there we go. We have all the baddies down there doing their thing, and I sort of keep hearing them, and it gets a little bit buggy. So hopefully by the next video, we'll have that sort of more in check than they are now. Hope you all have been enjoying the videos. I'm trying to keep them interesting. I do love the fact that you got such a beautiful sun, like kind of like rising and stuff like that. So I will kind of, like I say, do this off camera, because it would be just a long, boring video if we just digging this out. But actually, I hope it'll be dug out, and it might take me about 3-ish in-game days, and I'll take it in the next video. Cheers!